Good morning. I am State Senator Mike Skindell, and I welcome you here. I'm joined today both by Jack Shaner, who is with the Ohio Environmental Council, will be speaking, and also Mr. Mangan with his wife, some residents in Medina County who've had some experience with a drilling process that involves fracking. But I'm here to announce the introduction yesterday of Senate Bill 212 and Senate Bill 213 that deals with the horizontal hydraulic fracking in the state of Ohio. It's a drilling process to extract natural gas from the Marcellus shale. In the recent year, we have seen the oil and gas companies go to homeowners throughout Ohio and encouraging them to sign leases and turning over mineral rights for this process. And I understand over $1 billion worth of leases have been signed to date. The Marcellus Shale Formation, as reported by the Wall Street Journal and many others, is a 65 million acres running through Ohio, West Virginia, Western Pennsylvania, and Southern New York, and offers one of the biggest natural gas opportunities in this region. And as Governor John Kasich said, may offer a great opportunity for jobs in Appalachia and parts of eastern Ohio. However, the natural gas from Ohio shale must be produced in a manner that protects public health and safety and prevents environmental harm to land, water, and air. The experience of hydraulic horizontal fracking is limited in Ohio, is relatively new in Pennsylvania, and has a moratorium placed on it in the state of New York. Senate Bill 213 also requests a moratorium be placed on this drilling process until the United States Environmental Protection Agency completes a 3-year study on the impact of this drilling process on drinking water. That study is being undertaken at this very time. Senate Bill 213 requires that once EPA completes that study, ODNR would then report to the General Assembly regarding that study. Senate Bill 212 places some regulations on horizontal hydraulic fracking, primarily disclosing the chemicals that are used in this drilling process. What happens in this drilling process is they drill down vertically to a certain level, and they drill out horizontally. Once they drill out horizontally, they use small explosions to create cracks in the underground geological formations. Once they create these fractures, they insert a mixture of water, sand, and chemicals to extract the flow of natural gas. This process uses an incredible amount of water. There's some estimates that with regard to the Marcellus shale, it will use 1 million gallons per frac. Using that amount of water, water escapes into the underground formations, as well as a good amount of this water is brought up back to the surface for a period of time. It is stored in these large pits, sometimes the size of football fields, and then is disposed at another site. Senate Bill 212 not only requires the disclosure of the chemicals being injected into the ground, but also requires reporting from the oil and gas companies as to where this contaminated water is being disposed of. We know of the Ohio EPA initially granting a permit and looking at another permit to dispose it in a municipal wastewater treatment plant. The problem there is we exposed in the Finance Committee was that these wastewater treatment plants are not equipped to treat this type of wastewater, and the Ohio Department of EP has taken a different approach since those budget hearings when this issue came out back then. We support the governor's statement that with regard to this drilling process, we need to be responsible. The question is, what is responsible? We believe that the moratorium on this process until we get a report from the EPA is responsible. In addition, we believe that the minor regulations in House Bill 212 is a responsible measure. In fact, Governor Rick Perry from the state of Texas just signed a bill about a month and a half ago that requires in the state of Texas that the chemicals being injected in the ground in this drilling process be disclosed for public vetting. In addition, the state of New Jersey, I understand, as well as the state of New York, has already placed a moratorium on this process. So we believe that both bills are responsible, and would urge Senate to look upon them favorably. At this time, I'd like to call upon Jack Shaner from the Ohio Environmental Council.